The hidden secret to getting massive arms is managing your negative emotions. Little recap. If you're unfamiliar with the channel, I've got a video called Arm Training Documentary something, which documents my whole process with arm training up until maybe the fall of 2024 when I posted it. Starting out with 12 or 13 inch arms, all the way up till now, 18.9 cold flexed. New measurement last night. Very exciting. A little extra sliver. There's one little tiny notch left on the measuring tape to get to 19. Anyways, why should you care? I hit 18 inches fall of 2023. And then I believe November of 2023, I started the series for the OGs who have been here. You can go back and look for it. The quest for 19-inch pipe daddies. And we are currently on about day 640 to go from 18 to 19. All right, so what does all this have to do with the hidden secret? I lay out this historical trajectory to show you the incredible consistency that's needed and resilience, and why managing your negative emotions is the biggest hack or secret that I've found through my experience. I've had to reflect kind of on one thing. I know it's not a simple prescription of this amount of reps, this exercise. Those may be the things you want. Let me tell you, these bigger concepts will actually produce more growth. They're not as sexy, they're not as fun, but give me a few more minutes of your time and you carry this nugget of wisdom with you, and it will produce infinitely more gains than any technical piece of arm training knowledge ever would. Across this timeline of many, many years in pursuit of bigger arms, there's highs, there's lows, and everything in between. It's very easy to stay motivated during the highs. New arm measurement, couple months where your training's going well, you're enjoying the gym, things are good in your life. But what happens when you get hit in the face with a shit pie? Something goes wrong in your life, you get sick, you get tired of the gym, you get an injury, you run into obstacles. Accompanying those obstacles is the stimulation of negative emotions, which you're going to have to feel. And those negative emotions are the fertile ground to produce counterproductive thinking and actions in terms of continuing to grow your arms. And I think this applies to any goal in life, but we're going to keep it arm training specific here. That's the niche. How you manage these issues that you run into without letting the negative emotions associated with them overwhelm your thinking and changing your habits. You want to continue to stay with your training, be disciplined, and how you handle those negative times is disproportionately more important. It won't seem like it, but the only way you get the highs is if you can stand your ground in the lows. Showing up to the gym and doing what you can, even if you've got some type of an injury. Showing up to the gym when something bad is happening in your life and you're stressed out, you keep going. Just as some examples. I don't know what's going to happen to you, but I've had my fair share of obstacles. And that's why I started the video explaining the timeline, to give you some context so you can see. Even just the more recent couple of years, trying to go from 18 to 19 inch arms. We're at 640 days, hammering away. And there's been many lows, but for whatever reason, I've managed to keep going. And I have my doubts, my days where I doubt myself. And what I've realized is that when something doesn't go right and you start to feel those negative emotions, you can't overthink. You can't let those emotions change the action that you're going to do. You have to kind of feel like shit, I want to give up. But you just go, and you just you stay focused on what you need to do. You stick to your plan, And even if it's unideal and you've got an injury and you have to modify your training and you get all demotivated, if you can stand in that and take those hits and keep going, like, it's just arm training, but a little bit of the energetic essence of Rocky Balboa. He defeated his opponent. Oh, you guys are going to hate me. What the hell is his name? Apollo Creed, I think. Apollo Creed is beating the shit out of Rocky. Low moment. The motherfucker won't quit. And that Apollo Creed, seeing that, in his eyes, you can see he starts to lose because he sees this motherfucker's like built from something different. We're getting dramatic, but you get the point. You're not going to be Rocky Balboa in the gym doing bis and tries, all right? You're just lifting weights. Don't go start shadow boxing in between your sets and freak people out. But harness a little bit of that and see that, in that movie, that fictional movie, him being able to withstand an extreme amount of negativity in terms of his pursuit to win the fight and become a championship fighter is what actually is his calling card, is that you can't break him. So if you take a little bit of that and apply it to your arm training, you become unbreakable regardless of the obstacles that you run into in your life, and you just keep doing whatever you can. You keep applying that effort regardless of what happens in your life, so you stay consistent for years. You don't miss sessions. You get to bed on time, you hit your meals, and you apply the effort and the intensity that's needed over and over and over. You deal with the stress and the inconvenience when things don't go well, and you don't let it change your thinking. You keep going forward. Easy to take action when you feel motivated, when things are good, when you hit those highs. Easy to set more goals. When you hit the high, you reach your goal, you set a new target, but you got to be ready to be down in the lows, in the trenches. And how you respond to that, I believe, is probably the single biggest determinant of whether or not you'll reach your goal, in this case of arm growth. Philosophical, abstract, but that's what I believe and what I've seen in my journey growing my arms to be something that is disproportionately beneficial. And that's a hard thing to do. That's just real human interaction and emotions in your life, in your mind, with your process in the gym. And sometimes it's not fun. And that's why most people don't achieve something substantial with arm training or with whatever, is because you have to develop some of that grit and that toughness. And this is coming from somebody in myself that has, in my past, a tendency to quit when things get tough. So I know what it's like to be the person who doesn't stay consistent. So I hope that you can take that and apply it to your training and continue to see more growth. If you want some more specific technical guidance, then the ARM program, as always, is linked in the description. It's a tool that can help you to grow, but ultimately the majority of your gains are going to happen here in your mental landscape, adjusting your habits, finding ways to pour more into your sessions, and really pushing your boundaries mentally. I know it sounds stupid and abstract, but that's ultimately what is going to produce a better physical result for you. More so than what's the right number of reps, what's the right number. You'll figure all that shit out along the way if you develop the mind to be resilient and consistent. You get the point. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys are making gains. Get out there and get more freaking huger than last time. Oh, also, a new high weigh-in today of 231. Gosh dang pounds. Holy smokes, buddy. Time to go on a diet there, pal. Have a great day. Peace.